What will you do for an encore Saturday night?
I mean, you never know. The most important is obviously the win. That's the mentality we are focusing on, and the way we played second and third, I'm sure we're going to see clips of it compared to our first period yesterday, and that's what we need to bring on Saturday.
I know you are focused on the win, but when you get the assist, does it go through your head that you just got a Gordie Howe?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's kind of one of those things in hockey that you just know, and it feels good. Obviously, the body feels good today, so that's the most important. You know, after a fight, you just never know what could happen, and getting a win, like I said, was the most important. And the way the boys just came together in the second and third, I think it's a show of character, and moving forward, it's going to be awesome.
How important was it? Sorry. How important was it for you? You haven't been here long, but Rooney goes down and you're immediately chirping and you're trying to get Miller to fight. Like, how important was it for you to stick up for a guy that maybe you haven't known that long on the team?
Yeah, I mean, I did fight a couple times in my career. Obviously, it's not what I like to do. Unfortunately, you know, I don't think it was a bad hit. So on the bench, I was just kind of telling him, like, choose who you want to go, basically. And I told him I'm probably the less tough of the opponents that he could pick from. So, and then he told me he didn't really want to go. He only played one preseason game due for injuries or whatever he may have. And he's like, but if you grab me, I won't have a choice and I'll go. So a couple shifts later, I grabbed him and he didn't want to go, and they got power play out of it. And when I came out of the box, that's when I sprung for a breakaway. But after that, he kind of came back to me and he offered me the fight. So obviously I was going to take it and step up for a teammate. And I think it's just viewed properly through my new teammates that I'll be behind them and by their side the rest of the season.
So after he offered you the fight, like late in the first?
Yeah, he came back to me. Yeah.
Was it? You think it was after the fight, or was it the intermission that kind of got everybody, settled back in and on the right course in terms of the way you wanted to play?
It's hard to tell because the fight was a minute left.
Yeah, late. Yeah.
I think it's just a little bit of both, probably a reset in between the first and second, and then just that spark at the end of the first. And like I said, our team showed a lot of character coming back and just focusing on the game and the two periods ahead.
Anthony, how much did it piss that group off when they heard the chants of JT Miller? Maybe it was more motivation than anger. I don't know. What was it when you heard that, given Rooney's down and you guys got to get everything back on track, including your emotions?
Yeah, I mean, he had, 100 and something points last year.
Yeah.
You know, like, those fans love him for a reason, and he's a good player. Like I said, it wasn't a cheap hit. It's just a bad luck at that moment, but the way he did end up fighting and just stepping up, and I mean, we talk about my Gordie, but he got one too. You know, he had that tying goal at the end, and he's a good player. And I mean, today it's moving on, and we got the win, and that's about it.
Can you believe two guys get a Gordie Howe on opening night in the same game like that? I mean,
You guys would know how many times.
Well, you'd have to go
There was a
back to-
10-7 game, I think, Detroit against Calgary
That's right.
that I read,
Yep.
but except that, I don't know.
It still has the prestige, though, doesn't it? The Gordie?
Oh, it's always fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun. I think this was my second of my career. So, I mean, obviously you count your hat tricks, but you also count your Gordies.
Can I ask, with the goal, you're on the breakaway. You had a breakaway earlier, end of a shift, and obviously retired. Is that going through your head at all?
It's two different plays. You know, on the first one, I think it was Zari the puck kind of rolled on him. So I don't think I had much time, so I just wanted to fire away. Missed the net by 5 feet or something. And then the second one, I knew I kind of had a step on Hughes, and just a nice fake, I think, got the goalie to bite a little bit, and then I thought I missed my 5-hole shot in the moment, but then I saw it on the back of the net, so I felt great.
Jonathan thought maybe there was a step he hadn't seen there yet from you. Is that fair? That felt a little.
Yeah, he told me about 5 times yesterday that I was high stepping. But I mean, when you get a chance at a breakaway, I think you just have that extra gear that you're trying to get it, and obviously he was probably one of the fastest skaters in the league. So you got him chasing you, it kind of gives that fire to skate even faster.
Just mentally to start your first game with a goal, to contribute the way you did, like just mentally, how big can that be?
It's good. It's really good. Obviously, you want to get that first goal out of the way. And starting with it, I mean, it feels great.
When you told Miller, when you tried to convince him you were the least tough of his options, are you just trying to make your teammates feel bigger at that point, or?
Well, I mean, if he fights Lombo, I don't think he wins a fight. You know, like, yes, I might be big, but I don't think in my career I've ever knocked someone out, or like I never injured someone. So I mean, I'll fight, but at the end of the fight, I don't think I'm necessarily hurting that guy more than other guys could have.
When you gave him the options and said you were the least toughest, what was his response? What did he say?
You know what? It's all blurry.
Yeah.
His response was really like he was injured or he had something lingering that he didn't want to fight, really. And like I said, it's not like it was a cheap shot. Like if it was a cheap shot, I think I would have just dropped the mitts right away and kind of when I tried grabbing him the first time. But I'm not that guy necessarily. You know, I rather give him the option and he steps up as a man, and that's what he did on the second opportunity.